I have some notes which I will share with you. I think there's some very important things here. We'll spend another few minutes on that. Therefore, forget whether we call it manas, chitta, ahamkara, whatever. There are these four components. So the manas, or whatever, the lower mind, that is the one which is really interacting with the external world. All our senses, all our wants and desires are all fulfilled, received, transmitted at that lower mind. It is the one which questions and doubts. It is the manas, or it's the lower mind which questions and doubts. It is the one which has the anxieties and regrets. It is the what they refer to as the supervisor of the senses, because all that are interacting with the external world through this part of our overall thing. If the intellect is clouded, like Mr. Venkatraman shared, the intellect is the highest component in our mental system, in our mind. But if the intellect is clouded, the manas will listen to whichever sense object is loudest and demanding some attention from the mind and operate based on that particular desire or that particular feeling or that particular anxiety. So I'm again repeating, if the intellect is clouded, we are more under the control of the mind, which is responding to external world and certain demands from the lower mind in terms of those which I mentioned. Intellect is clouded. So now let us look at the memory component. The memory component is also competing for attention from this lower mind. The memory component is saying, hey, I want to play back this one. You remember what happened to you last year, this particular thing, that lousy incident? Please now play it back. The memory is also competing to say, why don't you now take care of me? I've got this to play back. So all the replay of all your earlier stored negativities which you want to replay and replay and replay, which is replayed from memory, is because the memory is also competing for that portion of that processor called the mind to say, hey, play back now. And so if the intellect is clouded, memory also contributes to some time and space of this processor and utilizes that processor for what it wants to keep playing back. The I-ness colors data. So we saw in the morning there is fact and there is story. Fact is, I met this person. The I may color to say, I met this lousy person. It stores it into memory with the coloring. So when you look at the data and you want to recall it from memory, what you recall is not the fact, but it is the colored data. It is the colored data which gets stored because the I-ness is habituated to coloring data. It adds likes and dislikes. It adds all that. My preferences, my this, my what, all those attractions, attachments are all from this I-ness, and that gets linked to that data. So when the data is stored, it is no more pure data, but it is colored data. And the coloring is done by this component in our mind. And the intellect is the discriminating thing which really knows facts and truth, and it operates only in fact and truth. And therefore, if we can uncloud what we are referring to as shampooing of the mind, shampooing inside our heads, unclouding the intellect and knowing that I am operating under the power of the lower mind. If we know this itself, in our behaviors, in our responses, in our things, it gives us some idea. Everything we are discussing, again, I want to say, we want to bring it to its practical application. Hey, my intellect is clouded, is all I need to understand. That is why I am reacting like this. That is why I am thinking like this. That is why this is bothering me so much. That is why Maya is going into this movie making in terms of what if. That her intellect is clouded, and her manas is operating, and she's operating from that, and she's not shampooing the insides of her mind. So that is why we need to understand these components. And that is why these are relevant in terms of our roadblocks and the removal of those roadblocks.